Hi everyone. So in today's video, we'll be discussing about the first experiment in MATLAB that we have in the subject of power electronics for EEE third year. That's of a half wave rectifier and how are we going to simulate it using MATLAB Simulink. Let's start. Yeah. So here, as you can see, MATLAB is already open here. I'll just, yeah. So now we'll go to Simulink. Either you can go from here or you can go from here. You can see, sorry, new. So you can go to new and just Simulink model, or you can go directly from here, blank model. Yeah, here it is. So first we need to get all the apparatus that are required for our experiment. So let's start. First we need a AC voltage source. So yeah, I have the AC voltage source. Want to explore like from where did I get it? What you can do is you can just go here down to Simscape. Under Simscape, go to electrical. In electrical, go to specialized power system. So if you're using an older version, that it would be inside sim power system, and all the newer version like 17, 18, 19 and 20, it will be under specialized power system, and there you can have electrical sources and the elements. See, so the second thing that we want for the experiment is a resistance. So resistance, we cannot directly type resistance because we'll get a blue icon. That's actually a Simscape icon. It's an electromechanical component. So what we need here is an electrical component, not an electromechanical component. So we'll go for series RLC load. So just take a series RLC load. Yeah. We need a resistance here, right? So what I am going to do is, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Series RLC branch. So change it to resistance. I'll give the resistance from step 1. Drag these here. Now what else do we need? We need a voltage measurements. I'll go to measurement and I'll take the current measurement as we need ammeter. So we have current measurement and voltage measurement. Voltmeter. So I'll be taking two voltmeters. So I'll just copy and again paste it. So I'll have two voltage. We need a iris. Just iris. See these blue things. These are SimScape. These are electromechanical components, not the electrical components. So we'll just take one iristor. So yeah, here we have the iristor and the load. I'll just rotate it. So we have all the components. So now slowly we'll start the connections and then we'll see what else do we need. So I'm going to connect the current measurement in series with a circuit as it's the ammeter to the load, then the load to the AC source. Here I'll put the voltmeter so that I can get the initial sinusoidal waveform in my graph, and I'll connect the voltmeter here in order to get the final waveform of the output. Right now, in order to view the output, we need an oscilloscope. So for oscilloscope, we write here as scope, or I can directly take this so that you can know that sinks. Under sinks, we'll get this scope. So we'll take the scope here and we'll connect it. Yeah, the scope is here. Further, I'll take a display. So the scope will give me a graphical representation of the data via the display. So it will give me the exact data in numerics and digits. Further, I need a pulse generator now. Step pulse generator, and we'll get the pulse generator. Now I guess we have almost all the parameters that we need. So now let's start giving them values or data. Just double click on it and see the value of V here. V is Vm. So remember the formula that we have for half wave rectifier is what? V naught is equals to 1 by 2 pi integration of alpha to pi Vm sine omega t omega t. So which is simply on simplifying because V naught is equal to Vm by 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha. So what we know that if we change alpha, our V naught will automatically change. So here V is actually the value of Vm. So instead of writing root 2 into 220, which on solving root 2 into 220 is nearly 311 point something. So I'll just take a lump sum that's aggregate of 315 and I'll set the frequency to Indian standards. In India, we have 50 hertz. So yeah, I'll set it to 50 hertz. Now I'll go to the pulse generator. Pulse generator, I'll set the amplitude 10. Period, I'm gonna set 0. If you see one full sinusoidal wave, that is 360 degree, right? So for 360 degree, it will be around 1 by 50, that is equal to 0.02. So for 30 degree, what we'll have set to 10. So for 30 degree, that's the phase delay, the triggering what we want. Let's say I want the triggering to be at 30 degree. So it will be simple. Like for 360 it's 0.02, for 30 it will be 30 into 0.02 divided by 360. So either you can simplify it. So I don't have time to simplify it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write the formula there. It is like A into 0. You can simplify it and write your answer. Right. So here we have, although we don't need to make any changes in the almost everything is done here now. Uh, so we need different graphs, right? So what we're going to do is we just double click on your oscilloscope, go to settings, because for getting multiple outputs right from here, and I also want my initial waveform. So what I can do is either I can take 2 3 oscilloscope, just copy and paste it. So I have 2 3 oscilloscopes and I'll connect one to each. Or I can do is that I can just enter all the data in one oscilloscope. So just go to your settings, layout, and make it uh, 4. Okay, so I forgot. This is for further. You can do is number of inputs you change to 4. Okay. So yeah, now you can see you have 4 inputs here. Okay. Now we're going to give 4 datas here. So I'll just delete this for now. Increase its size. Yeah, now it looks better. First feed will be of the initial waveform. Second feed would be from the pulse generator. Third feed would be from output. Fourth feed can be from current measurement or ammeter. So I'll just check it if that's right according to the manual that we have. So this is what I've already done. So feed is from first feed is from the uh, before the AC source, the voltage measurement that we have. Second feed comes from the pulse generator. Third feed is from the output, and fourth is from the current measurement. So yes, we are almost done here. So now we'll just try to simulate it now. So when you're simulating, just press this run button. So the simulation will automatically start. Okay, this as you can see, it has started compiling. So we'll just wait. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to show you. It will now show error. Why? Because one component is missing, and you must not you must never forget that component when you're working with the Simulink. Even I forgot this now. This is uh, Power GUI, graphic user interface. So I'm gonna add it. Just add. Now it will compile. Won't show any error. You can see it's compiling here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to double click on scope. So yeah, what you can see here is our 4 values, right? So why am I getting these kind of values? Why am I not getting a perfect graph? See, the values are correct, only the time period is quite a lot. So I'm just going to change it to 0.08, or you can make it 0.06 or whatever you want, and again simulate it. Now, as you can see, we have got the perfect graphs that we want, right? All the graphs are perfect. So this is how we're going to do the experiment. Now for the value, we used to take multiple values in the table, and then we used to find the average of it and write the average data for multiple values. So what we are going to do now here is actually quite the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll go to sinks. I'll take one more display, and I'm going to do is I'll take a mean or average. So let's type mean. So from here we're gonna search for mean. So what does this block do is that it gives us an average of the data that we get as an output. So for multiple values, and I'll connect this mean to the output. You see, I've connected output to display, same thing to mean, and then I'll connect it with the display. So I'll just again run the program. Give me a mean data 89.14. So here is what the first experiment looks like. That's your 4 graphs, right? All the 4 inputs, or you can do 4 separate oscilloscope and you can get 4 separate graphs. That's a hectic process, so I just did it in one, and yeah, that's pretty much it. 4 graphs are here and everything looks good. So, and you can just go to file and then save it. Nothing more you have to do. And yeah, that's it. It's not that difficult. So you just need to remember the values and how you can how you're gonna change the values according to experiment, and just need to explore MATLAB a little more. So that's pretty much it for the first experiment of half wave rectifier. Thank you.